guys? Welcome back to the Side Dish Podcast. It's me, your host, Aaron Shin. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Celine Jung.
Hi.
The 26-year-old intern, Chris.
Hi.
Sound engineer, Jay. And obviously, Andrew.
Andrew.
Obviously, Andrew's back.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey.
It's been a while.
For all five of us, yeah. I don't know. It feels
Actually,
like it's been
the
a while.
five of us also haven't hung out in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's illegal.
So crazy.
Factions have been created within the
I miss you guys.
What have you been up? Who do you hang out with? Who's your number one go-to? Is it just Elaine?
Me?
Yeah, when you have your plus one.
Me.
So, I think this episode's kind of a return to old form where we have an actual topic and we're just going to shoot the shit around it. So, Celine, why are we talking about Jesus Camp of all things?
Well, we're talking about Jesus Camp. This is a commonality we all share in terms of our upbringing. And we've just talked about this
And I feel
lot.
why did it come up? I think we were talking about fucking Parent Trap and Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
And then we were
And then we started
reminiscing.
talking about camp, and we was
Yeah.
okay, most of the camps we remember Jesus camps.
No, for sure.
Or retreat.
I don't think I ever went to. That's not true. When I was a junior in high school, I went to an arts camp for filmmaking. But before then, the only sleepaway camps I ever went to were church related.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I ever went to a different one. How about you guys?
I just went to horse and nature camps. And then in high school, I did all of because Chris and I went to a Christian private school in Seoul. And I went to all those retreats.
So then you're talking about Vida Nueva, right?
Vida,
and
yeah.
that's a two times a year thing, isn't it?
It is.
So you went 8 times throughout high school?
No, not 8 times, maybe 4.
That's still
It was still a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell listeners? So basically, Vida Nueva is their high school's version of a church retreat.
Vida Nueva means new life. Right. Yeah.
But is it run by your school, or I thought it was an international school?
You're right. It was an inter-school thing because we had some kids from other international schools, and yeah. And
but was that your first experience? Was it through Vida Nueva?
First Jesus Camp
Yeah.
experience? Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. It was Vida.
Well, Celine, when did you start going to SFS?
Kindergarten.
Well, because, a lot of our just regular field trips where we go to Tejon Beach, they were kind of Jesus campy.
You know what? You're so right. You're so right. Before Vida, a lot of the retreats, middle school retreats, high school retreats were totally basically Jesus camps.
Yeah, because it's a Christian international school,
Yeah.
so that kind of makes
So
sense.
all the activities were based on religious devotion and
Did you guys ever do
activities.
something called VBS, Vacation Bible School? Did you ever hear of
No.
that? That was huge
that?
where I grew up. I don't know. I think it's a program that was built by a mega church education company, but it's a package that churches can buy, and it comes with all the resources and materials to teach Bible stories and so it was a 5-day. It was a day camp thing, so we would go home at night, but it was hosted at my church. A great way to meet. It's the same as going to Jew camp or something. Honestly,
Right.
You just went if you were Korean American. You
Right.
definitely did not have to be Christian, and that's how you
Right.
met people from other schools and other cities.
Yeah.
And it was actually a great time. I really enjoyed that 1 week of summer because you would just play games.
Because it was just a social camp.
It was just so much fun.
Yeah. You just hang out and meet new kids.
And then when I got older, it was more focused on building a relationship with God, and God is trying to reach you, through the ministry and doing daily devotionals and stuff like that.
Yeah. A lot of journaling.
A lot.
So much journaling.
A lot of self-reflection time.
A lot of self. And it's what do I have to self-reflect on at age 14?
Did any of you go through one of those epiphanies at Jesus Camp where you felt very touched by God and compelled and convicted?
100%. I felt
God.
the Holy Spirit move within me.
Oh my God. Wait, tell us about that experience.
I definitely felt very when you're on these retreats, I feel there are also ebbs and flows because I remember having a lot of moments where I also was what the hell is going on? Because Vida at SFS was very much almost a landmark event.
I get it.
Yeah.
Because I've worked with so many students from your high school for college applications. So some of them have definitely told me about their experiences, being an angel or being a...
Yeah, you had roles.
There's
and then
roles.
after
Yeah, there's a
after
hierarchy.
you go to this camp the first time, you work it the next, whatever. And you can have different roles, like a table leader or a praise team member.
It's a Ponzi scheme, essentially.
When you
It's
hear
really intense. It's so crazy.
when you hear students talk about it, do you ever wish you could have gone to?
Do they speak about it like it's a like, oh, this is something I can put on my resume and this is a
They
positive?
normally speak about it in terms of like trying a new experience. A lot of
Yeah.
the time it's like non-Christian students who've kind of felt, pressured, or they were invited by their Christian friends and they chose to check it out.
That was
The essays
very
are
much a
definitely a
thing.
lot more like critical thinking oriented instead of like, I love Jesus and I go to camp all the time. Yeah. Because I get it. To answer your question, Chris, I don't think I was like, I wish I could have gone to your camp, but it made me remember all the fond memories I had at my church for summer retreats. We had summer and winter retreats. So it was like a twice a year thing. And we went to the same campsite every year. So
Yeah,
it was just
Vito
like,
was also at the same
yeah,
place.
you remembered the cabins.
Mount Shalom.
Oh, really? I think
Yeah.
ours was called like Mount Olive or something,
Yeah, yeah.
something very biblical sounding
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Celine, do you remember Camp Mount O'Pines?
Wait, why does that sound so familiar? What is that?
It was kind of like a Jesus camp when we were really young at SFS.
Was that Teton Beach?
No, it's somewhere weird. But we would get like a CD-ROM of pictures at the end of the camp.
And we all went on it.
Like everyone
We all did
goes,
it.
yeah.
Camp Mount Pines. I remember that, but for some reason I don't remember what it was.
Wait, Andrew, so you grew up Catholic, but you still went to like God camps. I don't think they're called Jesus camps for you guys. But
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, Jay and Andrew grew up Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Shout
New
out.
Testament is just irrelevant to these guys.
we're not Jewish. We're we're Catholic. So there's just the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And
Big emphasis on Mary.
yeah, but which Christians like to really hone in
Play
on.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's how I learned about Catholicism.
yeah, they got mommy issues. They're just fixated on this
Oh man.
saint.
Yeah, for sure.
But going back to like this sort of come to Jesus moment, did you ever, Andrew, have a profound like epiphany where you felt, enveloped by his presence and all that stuff?
No.
No, you're always just like, this
Really?
is bullshit.
Like not even moments at camp or on these
I wouldn't-
retreats.
I think because I was Catholic, I was always like a God-fearing Catholic.
Yeah.
As a kid, and I never thought of God as like some kind of like benevolent, presence.
Yeah.
For me, I never really had a close connection with God, even when after going to like these camps. And at these camps, when I was there, it was just kind of
Ridiculous.
I'm here and I'm just doing this shit.
Yeah, because I see on the outline too, not to jump too far ahead, but like moments when you were at these camps and then you just kind of see through the curtain, past the curtain, and you're just like,
Side-eye
what
or
the
like-
fuck is going on?
Well, actually,
Because I have both moments.
when I first moved from New York to New Jersey, my parents thought it would be a good idea to send me and my brother to a Jewish camp in the summertime.
Wait, that.
So my brother and I were at a Jewish camp,
Okay, that's
like
so
singing Jewish
funny. That's
songs,
so
eating
random.
challah bread, and I guess because we're the only friggin' Asians there,
Wait, that's
these
so
kids were picking on me and my
random.
brother. And like,
Well, did you retain any relationships with any people from that camp?
no, this is like when I first moved to New Jersey, and I was like, I hate white people.
Yeah.
Like, that was my first experience in New Jersey.
But your parents were probably also like, he's gonna have to get used to them because there's so many Jews in New Jersey, right?
Is that why they send you there? Like to like
that's
they need
not
to
why,
they
that's
need
not
to
why.
like get familiar with the
desensitized.
culture.
No, they were
Yeah.
just like they literally they didn't know anybody in that neighborhood or that area, and then they pulled us out after like a week.
Did the guys like
Oh.
want to see like if you had a circumcised dick and shit and like?
I am circumcised.
Okay,
so,
word. So
Wait, like Jewish or uncircumcised?
they are circumcised.
Oh, yeah.
That's just so funny though. Like guys,
I fit
I'm
right in.
circumcised.
I fit right in.
They started the whole fad.
Wait, are Catholics uncircumcised?
There's no like
Yeah.
circumcision thing in Catholicism.
Yeah.
It's
Then
pretty.
why are Europeans traditionally not circumcised? Yeah, I wonder if it's linked to religion.
Look it up.
I will. Now I'm curious.
maybe
Look
just,
up
like,
uncircumcised
traditional
European
medical,
culture, yeah.
medical practices. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
as common.
Okay, I
this
thought
year.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, you never had an experience feeling
No,
touched by the Lord.
I mean they're nice. There's nice parables and they talk about good things, but like at the end of the day, I always thought of it like, oh, this is just a good lesson, but I never thought of it as like, oh, like God is speaking to me through this pastor.
Yeah. What about you, Jay?
I've definitely caved into some of those moments. I feel like when I went, so like the winter retreats were the more religious ones for me and my church. And at those ones, they really try to force it on us. And the entire time, it's really like side-eyeing the whole thing. It's like, okay, we get it. But there were moments, I think it's like a dark room. They put you all in a dark room. They're like,
Always a dark
write down
room.
like a really like sad thought or something.
Yeah,
and
just
then
forcing you to think of your trauma.
Yeah. So
come up with something.
Yeah, I definitely think in one of those moments I've had like a tearful.
You know what's crazy is like, because also at Vita we had some, I forget what it was called, that like it's literally 5+ hours in an afternoon going into evening where you sit in a room with your group and force each other to like, everyone has to go around a circle and tell their most traumatic or sad story and everyone ends up crying.
Yeah.
And like that goes on for 5+ hours. And I remember feeling this was a moment at this retreat where I felt the most uncomfortable and like almost violated, where like watching all these people who are strangers to me crying about stuff that like I don't know how to respond to.
Were they strangers though? I thought they were your classmates or something.
They were, but sometimes it'd be someone who I've like never spoken to. I've just seen in the hallways or something.
But don't you think
And
that that does expedite the bonding process and sort
it
of
did
in a way
in that
bond
moment,
you guys?
right? But when I think about it now, and also the fact that I remember feeling, one, not like I wanted to share much, but feeling forced to.
No surprise there.
Yeah. And then two, feeling like when you're that young, you don't know, your trauma has not hit you yet.
Yeah.
You know?
You've said this before on the podcast, how
If I did that now, I would be like, I don't know where to start. I have so much shit.
no, because you said once before how you felt like you were so like mentally healthy and like confident and comfortable.
I remember up until like college, I remember being like, I have no. Oh
Yeah,
my God,
I'm
I
the
have
most
no
like
mental
healthy,
health
like
issues.
psychologically healthy person.
Yeah, and I had an amazing childhood.
Yeah.
And I remember really feeling that way, but it's because you have not processed your
how you
childhood
feel
at
about
age
something,
14
or
yet.
the consequences of that trauma often doesn't
Because
come out
it doesn't-
until you're an adult and then
Exactly.
you're in a position of authority, for example, and then you realize, oh shit, I have like an authority thing, or like
Or you finally have to like deal with relationships. You didn't have to do that before,
Yeah.
right? And I just remember feeling so uncomfortable, also feeling like I have nothing to talk about.
For me, I weirdly felt super. I said everything, and it wasn't even like it was more like confessing things that I do.
Oh my God.
Like basically, though, my tone and my energy throughout that process was like, "Hey guys, I really like smoking weed, and I'm gonna continue to do it after this camp." And then my like leader was my basketball teammate's dad.
wow.
Yeah, and he was just like, well, he was this white guy with like a fat mustache. He was like, yeah, well, I mean, we've all been there. Like,
Wait, that's hilarious. A big part of this retreat that Chris and I went to also was something called a Royo, which was a talk that people basically signed up
testimonial.
to give us testimonial. And like how many Royos there were from from students talking about their pornography addiction. I can remember at least 4.
No, that's so fucked
At
up.
least 4. And I remember thinking, this was one of my side-eye moments where I remember thinking like, at age 15, like in the audience thinking, like it's not an addiction. You're 15 and you watch porn. Like that's okay.
Yeah.
But then also there were like seniors who were older who were giving their Royos and also talking about their porn addictions. And I just remember feeling like this is, I'm not sure we should be hearing this right now. This feels
don't know why-
uncomfortable.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's a very you're making
It's a
fun of
very
it because it's so
Christian thing.
common.
No, it's a
But I
very-
also think
yeah.
it's one of those discussions that we definitely had at my retreats, and now you're like making me remember that
and
we talked a
pornography
lot
addiction
about that.
is real,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And it's
But,
also
like,
just when you think about it, the concept of like pornography existing in countries that are purportedly based on Christian values, like it just makes no sense that the porn industry exists. We have institutionalized gambling and institutionalized porn when these are also things that in the Bible God has said are like not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that I disagree with gambling and porn. I'm saying it amazes me. We can like try to preach like Christian values on people.
well, and also just considering like how powerful the institution of religion is.
Right. And not like in a judgmental way. I just had that thought the other day of like, dude, I
Yeah.
can't believe we have like legal gambling in America, which is supposed to be a Christian nation and all that stuff.
It's really crazy.
It's crazy. But going back to that porn thing, I remember one year we came back and I was changed. It was like a winter retreat for sure. Winter retreats, as you say, Jay, were like way more hardcore because they also were in the middle of the school year. So like you could like end second semester on a strong note with God and, you know, go to church every Friday and Sunday and do daily devotionals every day. Me and my best friend decided we were not going to look at porn or masturbate or smoke weed. And we went for like 2-3 months.
Nice.
Yeah. Up until I remember pretty clearly, it was around my birthday, so like early March. And then I had some weed like saved in a contact lens container. And I was like, fuck, I really like want to smoke. So I got high and then jacked off.
Oh, no.
And then tried to keep it from my friend for as long as I could. But like the next day or something, it's Jeff, by the way.
Oh shit.
So like the next day or something, Jeff, I just told him, I was like, dude, I got high and jacked off. And he's like, what? And, oh, fuck you, man. Fuck you. I'm going to go home right now and smoke weed and jack off. It was like one of those
Oh
things.
my God, you inspired him.
Yeah, he was like, if you're going to break it,
was
dude, I'm
like,
going to
yeah,
break
he
it.
just needed a
yeah, because we were
little,
trying to
yeah.
hold each other accountable, but it's so funny. Oh, bro, you asshole. All right, I'm going to go home and get high and jack off.
Speaking of confession, Catholics, do this thing.
Confession
You
time.
go to confession and you tell all your sinful acts.
Oh yeah.
And then you get assigned like a penance where
You guys have done confession?
Oh yeah,
Many
all-
times.
You pretty much have to. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in Catholicism, when you take the Eucharist,
Yeah.
which is the bread and
Oh,
the wine,
yeah.
you're supposed to be free of sin before you take it. So,
Oh, so you have to confess before.
if you've been a bad boy, you should confess
Yeah,
before.
Really?
yeah.
So we're all bad boys.
You get assigned a penance. You have to do like 3 Our Fathers and 5 Hail Marys, and then then you're good.
I've seen that in movies.
And
For sure.
a lot of times there'll be like confession days where you all go at the same time, and then after you're all doing the penance, and then you talk with your friends like, oh, what did you have? Like 5 Hail Marys. Oh, what'd you have? 5 Hail Marys. It's all because we were like, yeah, we watched porn and jacked off.
Yeah, and
got assigned
and the
same
priest is like,
thing.
let me consult my chart. It's like, okay, per stroke, it's 1 Hail Mary.
Wait, and then so you would tell the priest that, oh, I jacked off today, I masturbated today.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Wow.
Can you try saying it into the microphone?
Isn't that so upsetting though when you think about it, because of all like the terrible shit that have come out with priests and like
That's
Oh
what
my
I'm
God,
saying.
okay.
children, and then
Yes.
you're having them
That's what I'm
confess these just
saying.
like
Of course.
really normal things that children are just like
It's so
humans go
beyond
through.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
thank
shaming
God.
people
I
for-
know you guys
Yeah.
in the Catholic Church for sure had like a lot of repression, but
Yeah.
our church did not actually talk about sex that much, surprisingly.
What do you remember about SFS?
It's pretty like no sex
Yeah.
instead of like protection or anything.
But like, for example, we had maybe a handful of sermons that were about abstinence and like sex before marriage. Like one of them was a very big talk, and we had to like put on purity rings and all this weird bullshit. But the other ones are, like, the joke is always like the pastor with the hot wife being like, guys, you can have all this when you're married, okay? But you gotta wait. You know what I mean? Or like,
They treat
I
their
was
wife
abstinent.
like a sex slave.
Yeah, or it's just like, I was abstinent my entire life, and that's why God blessed me with this beautiful woman. Like that's like what we could look forward to
Yeah,
by like
it's
saving
so
ourselves.
weird.
It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, but we never had like a retreat about that, for example. That was never like a topic. Our retreats are always about like being on fire for God, being a minister for
Being on
his
fire for
goodwill.
God, yeah.
Yeah, like letting him shine through you in your interactions. Very positive
Letting him
messages.
shine
Like
through you in your
overall
interaction.
very positive messages,
Yeah.
but then also like the insinuation is like get people to follow God.
Yeah.
Stop jacking off at all costs.
Yeah, I remember that being a central part of the message too, where it's like we got to get as many people on board as possible.
Yeah, like
We need to save
did you
their
guys ever
lives.
brand your retreats? Were they ever branded with
Oh,
like a
yeah.
slogan? Right, we did
Oh,
that too.
yeah.
We have T-shirts. Too.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, all of
I
that.
feel like it's the same like fucking company just selling like educational church materials to churches around this.
All
Well,
of
no,
that.
we would come up with our own
Okay.
slogans. So like,
Oh, and you guys would make your own logos and stuff. That's way cooler.
Yeah.
What was it? What can you remember? Any of them?
Like every table had to come up with their own name and slogan.
Oh, that's fun.
And cheer. I remember one that I was on. We were called Nintendo. called Nintendo. Our slogan was "Let God take control."
Oh, okay. It's like a decent copy.
Let God
So
take
nerdy.
control.
Yeah.
So,
But it was that kind of shit. Like
so
you just come up
cute.
with your own.
That was cute. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
because we had
And then you
official
make the
banners.
t-shirts
We had like
and-
official ones. Like
Yeah.
Revolution was one I went on, and it's like very military themed. And-
So weird.
Yeah, and it's like we're gonna be a revolution for God.
Right,
And then the
like an
same,
army for God.
Same
Kill
company.
for God.
The same company the next year released the Resonate package, which is like now we're gonna resonate His light around the world. Like the very like branded stuff.
Christianity loves the
It's
prefix "re."
Dude, Christianity, the business of selling Christianity to Christians is like a humongous industry, and like maybe I should get into it. Just selling educational resources and packages to like
Yeah.
churches. Oh my God, they must make so much fucking money.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, if there was any difference between like Catholic retreats and Protestant retreats. For some reason, when I think of like Christian retreats, they're like more modern, and then Catholic retreats are like solemn and
You might just be like drawing the sort of like suggestion though of like
Yeah.
a Catholic church, and
Yeah,
it can't be
I
fun.
think so.
I'm sure Catholic retreats are fucking lit.
yeah. Like you guys also had like praise.
Yeah,
right?
you guys had praise. You guys like
Yeah.
played games, I'm sure.
A lot of
Yeah.
games.
you guys ate
So
some cup ramen.
Yeah, midnight cup ramen.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
best part is always the midnight.
for
Yeah.
me, I started going to Catholic church like just whatever's near our house in Jersey, so it was like very white. And then in high school, that's when I started going to like a Korean one, which was like a little further away. But I don't know how it is in California, but there's like a few Catholic,
Right.
Korean Catholic churches
Yeah.
like spread out in the tri-state area, and like they all like play basketball against each other and all
Yeah,
these things.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we do like Bible study, sleepaway camps in the summertime. But I remember my first one, and it was weird because first of all it's Korean, so like you playing all these Korean games like Bunny and
Yeah,
like,
this is where I learned all these. Like,
that's where I
Korean
learned
drinking
a lot of
games.
Korean
Bunny.
games.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not as rigid as you would think. I mean, there's definitely a rigid, like the sermon or the what do you call it? The service is very structured. There's all these different rituals you have to do. But I remember going to, I used to date like this girl who was Christian, Korean Christian, and I would go to like Fort Lee area, Bergen, to go to their like their Christian churches, and I was just like so shocked. It was like such a weird experience. It just
different.
it was like
Yeah.
completely different
Interesting.
because
Yeah, you don't have to kneel and get up like 50 times.
no,
and-
no,
yeah.
not at all. But like for me, it was weird because it was just like a lot of music and people just like throwing their hands in the air.
Okay, yeah.
And it
That's,
felt like
yeah.
a concert, and I was like,
Dude,
Yeah.
I have to
see,
say,
yeah, that's what I was talking
the
about.
hand in the air thing.
Hand in the air thing. I could never
I
get
could
my
never-
hand
but,
in
like
the air.
I just saw people
I could
like
never
That's
do
when
it.
my bullshit
Like,
meter
they're-
goes
yeah,
crazy.
dude, people like with their head to the sky and like
Yeah.
feeling like some kind of power coming down.
No,
That
for sure.
shit freaked me
Or
out.
people who harmonize while they're
Yeah,
singing.
yeah, that
Like they're
shit.
not singing the notes; they're singing the harmonized accompaniment, and you're like, okay, bro, taking it too seriously, taking it too seriously. Oh, you have to be really good at singing for it to work, but
yeah.
like also it's like, stop, dude.
Actually, for me, another one of my big side-eye moments was I remember always feeling so uncomfortable during praise. People shouting.
Yeah, that's.
I don't like when people.
Hands up.
I mean, I definitely did it once or twice in my life for sure.
I never did that.
Praise isn't. I feel like praise is a huge thing in like Christian
Christian
churches.
It's major.
And, yeah, and like
It's a central part of it, I
yeah,
think.
in mass, there's definitely praise music, but it's very much like it's like a cue for this is the beginning of mass. It's going to be an opening song, and then this is like hallelujah. This is where we sing hallelujah. It's like very much. So the only times I do go to mass is during weddings, like when a Catholic friend gets married.
Same.
Interesting.
And then like the sermons are terrible because they're way too long, and it's like you're not marrying each other, you're marrying God first. And
Yep.
it's stupid. But what
Yep.
I do like weirdly like is just the kneeling and like peace be with you and like these like traditions.
Yeah,
It's like
I agree with that. I don't know why I'm drawn to it, but
Yeah.
I think there's a kind of meditative quality to
Yeah.
it, where it's just a quiet. Like for 1 hour, it's quiet,
Yeah.
and you're just
Right.
doing these things that
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh, I see. So it's like you're welcome back to this old club.
yeah,
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part then of like Jesus Camp? Because we mentioned earlier midnight cup ramen, which is epic.
I never did that. I don't know
Oh
why.
man,
I
That's
liked journaling.
Oh,
I really liked
okay.
it.
I liked the parts where
I couldn't hide my disgust for that answer. Oh,
Period. No, just because like I would be like, oh, okay, I can write for 30 minutes and just write about anything. It doesn't have to be about God.
I mean, free time. Whenever they gave us like an hour to like
Yeah,
write in our
free
journals,
time.
I would just be playing Mafia
Yeah.
or something with my friends.
You know
Yeah,
what the
Mafia,
thing about
Mafia.
Vita that it really
I always liked. Did you guys not do like skit competitions? That was like hands down the best part
oh my
of
God,
retreats.
we did do skit competition.
But do you think they do all these things in like a white Christian retreat?
Honestly,
They must,
I
right?
honestly assume we learned it from the white people. That's honestly
I
what
thought
I
so
think.
too. I thought so too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I thought it originated from white people, but I don't know. Now
I mean,
that
I would
think
not
about
be surprised at all if like every Christian white person we talked to was like, yeah, dude, we definitely did skits at retreat. But I
Right.
don't know if that's like a tradition
For
thing.
like group games.
Yeah, group games are always big, but
yeah, 'cause I
definitely the
remember
skits were huge.
Even going to like nature camp,
yeah, that's a
was
big
like-
part of sleepaway camp is skits.
just in
Yeah,
general,
yeah.
is like
Oh, that's true.
pretty
That's
much
true.
all the same things, like journaling time, make a skit, come up with a team cheer.
Oh
all
my god,
that
you just
shit.
reminded me. I went to a random one, non-Christian summer camp for like I went to a non-Korean Christian summer camp. I just remembered. It was called Camp Hammer. Which is like hilarious sounding, but that was the dopest summer of my life because I don't remember a thing about God. I don't remember. I just remember water balloon fights like on the reg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
just coolers of water balloons pre-made, and you can just start fighting whenever you wanted.
camp.
I was like, this is the fucking shit. And then we had a Star Wars night where they gave us like glow in the dark lightsabers and like
yeah.
running through the woods at night and like getting people. It was the best summer of my life. Unlimited chips. I ate so many corn.
To this day.
Those fucking corn pop things. What are those called? Those little
Corn nuts.
corn nuts.
The corn nuts,
Dude.
Oh,
That is
Oh,
like
I
the
love
whitest thing to
corn
do.
nuts.
Corn nuts
I
are the
ate
Wait,
hella
I
corn
love
nuts.
corn nuts.
Yeah.
I love corn nuts.
Hella
yeah.
corn nuts.
Yeah, I love corn nuts.
My summer camps were like that actually. They were like very non-religious, even though it was all church related.
Interesting.
But it's interesting, Andrew, that you asked like if you think that white people do the same thing like at their camps, because like looking back at those summer camps that I went to, they're all Korean American related, and I realized now how much it was influenced by the Koreanness of like playing concentration and like learning all these Korean games, which I didn't know were like came from like that culture.
Yeah.
And then I'll sit with you guys and like play a drinking game, and then I played this.
Yeah,
before,
you realize that you
It's
learned
like,
it all through church.
Oh yeah, it must have been heavily influenced by that. Yeah.
I'm like surprised that we didn't do more Korean stuff. Because I think that's a Bay Area Korean thing, though. It's not as Korean. The big games for us were fucking stupid white ones, like Chubby Bunny. You ever play that one?
Oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
that was like the event of the fucking camp.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
like
okay.
Chubby Bunny was a big one.
What about Manhunt? You guys play any Manhunt? I
don't think so.
Okay.
It's like capture the flag.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like
Okay.
capture the
Okay.
flag.
Yeah, we did that for sure. We definitely did skits too.
Yeah, skits.
My friend and I reenacted Armageddon in the middle
Sounds like a classic.
Oh,
Yeah.
which scene?
the final scene between Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis. You know, when Bruce Willis tells him, "You got to go." You know, I think it was the highlight of everyone's.
Sure. Maybe we can pull the sound clip from that scene. I have no idea what you're talking
I've
about.
never seen Armageddon.
Wait, what?
I can't remember.
I just haven't
I
seen
don't
the
remember
movie.
it.
That's
The
all.
only quote I remember from Armageddon is, "He's got space dementia." Were you like a good camper? Didn't break the rules?
Yeah.
Or you're like kind of camper that stayed up really late?
No. Yeah. Just always went to bed when you had to go to bed.
I feel like church camps were always a time for me to push my limits of how late I can stay up. You know,
to
'cause
try
on
to
the
stay
last
up.
day, everyone's always like, "We're gonna do an all-nighter. We're not sleeping."
Yeah.
And invariably, we fall asleep at like 3.
Yeah.
And then we have like the most miserable breakfast the next day.
For sure.
you know?
Yeah. When you have to get up.
And then you just pass out on the bus back to church.
Right.
Kind of, I feel weird sharing this story, but like we were getting into weed at this time, maybe junior, senior year. And we're just like, dude, why we have to bring weed to the fucking campsite? Like, you know, you're a stoner when you're like excited to go somewhere and smoke at a certain location. You know what I
Like
mean?
a new
We're
location
like,
that you've
okay,
never smoked
we're
at
gonna
before?
smoke at the lake.
Yeah.
You know, like at that one rock that we used to like swim out to.
yeah.
We were hyped to get stoned at camp.
Oh, yeah.
And it was not really like kept a secret because we also have grown up in this church our whole lives and we're kind of open with everyone. So actually the pastor's son, who was maybe in 8th grade at the time,
Oh, my gosh, I know.
like
this
came
story.
up to us and was like, hey, like I want to try smoking. And we're like, all right. Like, we're your youngs. Like, we'll take care of you. But how fucked up. It was at a church retreat.
That's kind of crazy that you got away with that.
It is crazy because also we were so like blatant about it.
Yeah, and someone would have smelled it. They chose to ignore it.
Dude, our pastor or praise team leader, I was on the praise team, right? And one time I showed up. So I was on the praise team and one time I showed up to rehearsal really baked. And he just goes, all right, guys, stop. Do you smell that? It smells like a skunk. Like completely oblivious. Just like it smells like smells like a skunk.
Yeah.
And like everyone just looked at me. Oh, we have no idea what you're talking about, Josh. And that's when I knew I was like, the jig is up.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
funny. Wait, I was just gonna ask, like, who were the popular Christian kids? It was always the praise team members, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
They were the popular ones.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
I
I
wasn't
remember there was this
popular
one guy
for
who everyone had a crush on, who he went to another school.
I mean,
and he was
on
a
the
good
praise team. That's
singer.
pretty popular.
And like everyone, all the girls were
Okay,
like,
okay, this is hilarious. Our praise team wasn't like hot by any means. Our leader, his name's Josh. He was like in his 30s at the time. He'd been on praise team for a long time as an adult leader, right?
imagine being a 30-year-old man getting like,
Let me finish my
and
story.
you know that
Let me
like
finish my
all the
story.
girls think you're hot.
No, but that's the thing.
Oh.
Let me finish. And Josh was just like, he's Josh, you know, like not crushing on Josh at all. He's just like the nicest dude. Like, and then everyone else on the praise team was kind of a dork. Like there were maybe 2 pretty girls who did tambourine stuff, but like the best guitarists, the best drummers, like they're not good looking guys. You know what I mean? So we were like not a hot looking band.
Oh, you were on praise team?
Yeah, I played the bass. Okay. And then we went to this fucking joint retreat I told you guys about before, where we met this other church called WNBC, and their praise team leader was Isaac, who was fucking gorgeous.
hot, yeah.
Their drummer was like Marcus, who was really good looking and tan. Like
Damn,
it was just
Isaac
like
and
going up
Marcus.
again because we would alternate the nights to perform,
Shit.
and it's like when they played, all the girls were like, "Oh my god, they're
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cute," and then when we were
Yeah.
playing, everyone's just like hand in the air, not looking at us.
Yeah. How did that make you feel?
Actually, I told Josh, I was like, I don't want to play at the retreat because I don't want people to look at me because I feel weird performing now.
yeah,
knowing
yeah.
that the optics look kind of
Oh
geeky.
man,
Yeah.
yeah. Were there ever like couples that got together on these retreats?
Yeah.
I remember there were a few at SFS.
For us, there were definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's
Inter-school
like when we
couples.
had those 2 churches, when we joint retreated together, there was that kind of like, oh fuck, Jiminy's dating Jenny, who was like the prettiest junior at my
Yeah,
church.
yeah.
And we're like, fuck. Like all the guys at my church had like secret crushes on Jenny.
Yeah.
And then like, immediately after meeting Jim at this retreat, like they're dating.
Yeah.
So there was a part of it too of like latent jealousy, a little competition, you know?
Oh, interesting.
And that also fed into this whole like being on fire for God because a lot of the pretty girls did want to be with very godly men, you know? Because it was like pushed on them so hard, right?
Yeah.
So there was part of that too of like, I can close my eyes and put my hand up for this song, you know?
to look
like kind of
good
buying into
for
it.
Yeah.
You don't realize at the moment that you're doing it for that validation, but it's figuring in, you know, into your behaviors.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just weird to think that we do all of this and we're like 13 years old.
I mean, at the time
While
I was
we're
like
doing-
17.
But even then, it's like nuts.
Yeah.
That we're like that young and it's
When
pretty,
do you
it's
think
pretty
that you were like
intense, I think.
saved, quote unquote? What was that era? Because for me, my most saved years was like 15 or 16.
What do you mean saved?
Like really feeling on fire for God, like really convicted about
Maybe
my
15
beliefs.
to 16 too.
I think for me it was like 12, 13.
Young.
Because you went through
I
a
was
big Jesus freak
later.
phase, right?
Yeah, there was a year I was living in Chicago at my friend's house, and we would go to church like on Fridays and Sundays.
Damn.
That's when I became like all about
God.
Big J.
I think when I like tried the hardest was like in the middle of high school, maybe like 14 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. All throughout my life, I had gone through retreats and camps at my church and never really took any of it, like the religious stuff, that seriously. But and and had that kind of bullshit in my back. Like I felt like it was bullshit, you know. And then weirdly, this 1 year, me and my friend at the time, who's now my brother-in-law, we did like Bible study for like a period of time where we studied Genesis, and then at the end of it, we went on this retreat that was completely led by nuns, and yeah, and so.
Whoa.
But then got there and it was like actually the greatest retreat I ever experienced. Like, didn't force anything. We just kind of like discussed the Bible, like how do you want to interpret this? What do you think this means? And then like did things like have clay and like sculpting time, and just like it was fucking awesome.
That sounds
it was, like
fun.
the most relaxing like trip.
Wow.
And the nuns weren't
Yeah,
stern
what
at
were the
all.
nuns
Not at
like?
all. They're
Really?
like, yeah, it was just overall like such a positive experience that we both really enjoyed it, I think, and were shocked by how relaxing it was. And it just kind of went to show like how forced the other ones felt like, and it's like led by like people's dads who are like fucking annoying, and you just like don't want to listen to what they have to say, and just in general.
Right,
So
right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Realized this later when I graduated, but our Bible study leaders, we had one teacher for like the 7th grade girls, one teacher for the 8th grade boys, whatever. Like there was a lot of teachers in my youth group, and ours, John, worked with us since we were 7th grade. So, 5 straight years of seeing John twice a week. He became like a brother to us, and he was only 23 at the time. We just thought he was so fucking old. He was only 23.
So nuts.
You know what I'm saying? Like he
It's
was like
so
a recent
nuts,
graduate, just moved to
right.
Silicon Valley to work in
Right.
tech.
It's so crazy.
And then ended up marrying another teacher in our congregation. And actually that happened with a lot of them. Like
Yeah.
I remember this teacher, Jenny, was 27, and we were like, she's so old. Like, you're not married yet?
almost
Dude.
30 was like.
Yeah, and then I look at it now, and we still keep in contact with a lot of our teachers. Like, they check in on us, and
Yeah.
a lot of them are like, why are none of you married? You would like roast us so hard when we were like 25, 27, and now all you guys are 33. Like 2 people are married out of like 12.
Yeah. Like, how do you guys feel about these types of retreats and camps? Like, what do you feel about like there's another word I just can't think of.
The benefits.
Benefits.
I think church is fine, to be honest. I don't want my kid to go too Jesus freaky on me.
Okay.
I just want them to be exposed to that element of the culture, because especially for Korean Americans is a pretty big part of the experience that I grew up with, and having that makes me want to share it with my kids.
I don't know about like retreats per se, but just in general, like some of my closest and oldest friends I met through church. And so more than it being a religious thing, it was a community,
Yeah.
especially as like a Korean growing up in Orange County. We had this Korean American community. For that reason, I would send my kids to. Well, now that we're older, like we don't necessarily need that like Korean American.
that's
you
true.
could find community in different ways, but I don't regret going to church. I appreciate that community that it did bring for me. So yeah, I could see myself doing that maybe.
I don't think I would send my kid to like a church retreat or even raise them in the church, unless they really want to. Then.
And it sounds like, Celine, you don't think you want to do that either.
I probably wouldn't.
Chris, what about you?
I probably wouldn't.
I think I would. I definitely don't want him to be a Jesus freak, but I think you learn a lot of good values.
Well, you don't want anyone to be a zealot for anything. Like, I don't want my kid to be a zealot for fucking some K-pop band either. Like, I want them to have moderation for everything.
Well, don't you think there's a possibility of that happening if you send your kid to church? Like, you don't know who's educating them. You don't know what they're being exposed to or the messaging
That's
they're
true.
getting.
I don't disagree with that, but you can't
So
control
they
a lot of
could?
things that your students, you can't control a lot of things that your kids are going to be exposed to anyway, whether that's at school or
That's
church or the
true.
internet. So I would actually say I would trust church members more, especially in the community I grew up in, because we all knew everyone's parents pretty well. We grew up doing sleepovers or praise nights with our parents with their parents, and very much like a cousin type of network. Kind of what Jay was saying. I really want my kids to have that, whether it's at church or through the local Y, or I really want them to have that.
Some sort of community.
Super
Yeah.
important, or like an international school.
Right. Yeah, I just don't know if I would want it to be like a religious community. But
like a lot of Korean parents send their kids to like symposium camps where they just learn about philosophy and shit in Korea. Like even our Hagwon was trying to launch something like that.
see that.
It's like a
Kind of like
4 curriculum summer
expose them
experience.
to like other
But like it's like a recurring thing. Like every year you go back and
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
5 ages 5th grade to 12th grade.
yeah.
I think that Koreans are looking more towards that than church in Korea, Like Hagwons are summer camps for Korean kids.
Yeah.
That's what they serve function
It's
as,
interesting because like every time I have kids, like for some reason religion always gets brought up like sometime in the semester. And I always ask my students like, is anyone here Christian or do any of you go to church? And I feel like if it was 10 years ago, every single kid would have said yes.
Yeah.
Now there's maybe one kid who's Christian or one kid who goes to church. And everyone else is like,
I've noticed that too.
no, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
A lot of parents are atheist or like Christian background, but they don't go to church.
Right.
Yeah.
We live in a very secular society,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, speaking of living in a secular society, does anyone feel like they remember stuff about the Bible that was indoctrinated into their heads during these camps? Because I have in front of me 37 questions about the New Testament.
New Testament?
Yeah, it's all New Testament. I was thinking it'd be fun to close out the episode with like a little pop quiz.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So we're gonna score this in terms like the first person to get to 5 points wins and is going to heaven, and the rest of you guys are going to.
Who's going to
like
purgatory?
Yeah. Okay. Question number 1: in what city was Jesus born? Celine.
Jerusalem.
Nazareth.
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem is the correct answer.
No, I was deciding between that or Jerusalem.
Okay. Next question: how many books are in the New Testament?
Oh my God.
Okay, Chris.
27.
That's correct.
Are you kidding?
That is correct.
Damn.
Wait,
Okay.
how?
You're a Jesus freak, aren't you?
Damn.
Okay.
I was
Next
going to guess
question.
about 25 though.
Next question. What type of insect did John the Baptist eat in the desert? Yes, Jay?
A locust?
Yes, correct. It's the only insect I can think of.
That's like the insect of the Bible. Locust.
All right, next question. Who were the first apostles? There's 2 of them called to follow Jesus.
The first one?
The first 2. Yes, Andrew.
Peter and John.
Ooh, good guess, but no.
Wait, are
one
we
of those
keeping
is correct.
score?
I'm keeping score. Yes, Jay.
Peter and Paul.
Good guess, but no. One of them is correct. Yes.
Peter and Matthew.
No. Yes, Jay.
Peter and Simon.
No.
Peter and Luke.
Okay. The answer is
No, Jay.
Peter and Andrew.
Oh,
Andrew, you should know this.
God,
Your brother's name is Peter. God. Okay.
What was my name again?
Oh my God, Peter and
That's what I'm
Andrew.
saying.
Oh shit.
You guys are named after the disciples of Jesus.
Next question. How many people did Jesus feed with 5 loaves and 2 fish? Oh my God. Oh, this is easy. Yes, Chris.
1,000 people?
1,000? Incorrect.
5,000.
Yes, that's correct, Celine. 5,000.
God.
Come on, Jesus feeds
I was going to say
5,000.
12.
Just 12
One
people.
for each disciple.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jesus portioned some bread and fish.
It was a lit dinner.
얘들아, 나
Okay.
빵 좀 사왔는데.
After Jesus was arrested, which apostle disowned him 3 times? Yes, Chris.
Peter.
Peter, correct. Dude.
Peter's the one who disowned him?
Yeah.
Denied him.
Peter's the one who denied him?
Yeah, before the rooster crows. Who asked Pilate for Jesus' body after the crucifixion?
Magdalene?
No. Yes, Jay.
His mother Mary.
No. These are great guesses, but no. When you hear the answer, you're going to be like, oh. The answer is Joseph of Arimathea.
Who's
That
that?
is
His father.
stepdaddy.
Number 9. Paul was shipwrecked on what island? Also had no idea this happened. Yes.
Jamaica.
That would have been
Good
great. The
guess.
answer is Malta. Yeah.
What?
Guys, what is the shortest book in the New Testament?
Revelations.
No.
Psalms.
Good guess. I was going to say Psalms as well. It's not. 2 John. Totally forgot
What
there's a first
in
and
the
second John.
world? I forgot there were first and second books.
Exactly.
No.
Oh my God.
All
I
right,
didn't
this
know
next
that.
one's easy. Who is the author of the book of Revelation?
I don't know this.
Paul?
Good guess, but no.
I don't know.
mean,
Wasn't
there's-
Revelations written by
Jesus.
God.
A crackhead? Wasn't it written by a meth head? It's John. It's John.
John the meth head.
To what city was Saul traveling to when he encountered and was blinded by the light?
I don't know. I didn't.
The
even
parable's
know
always
Saul-
the road to blank. It's always like taught the road to
Damascus.
Damascus. That's correct.
Jay, what are you at 4?
Guys, I'm just
I
realizing this
knew
I'm
is
on my way to heaven. Yeah.
this is exactly
I
what we
knew
would
Jay-
play at Jesus camp. It's kind of this
Right,
bullshit, like
right,
Jeopardy.
right.
for-
And then
like
whoever gets
quizzes.
this
Yeah.
You like quizzes?
Yeah.
All right, next. Who was the first person to approach an injured man in the parable of the Good Samaritan? So remember, like, different people encountered this dude and, like, turned him away, right? Who was the first in that parable?
I don't know.
Any guesses? Burp, burp, burp.
Simon.
It's always
my
Simon.
favorite
It's a
name.
priest. It's a priest.
A priest.
Yeah. All right, finish this verse.
priest. What?
Finish this verse. Fill in the blank. In every battle, you will need faith as your blank to stop the fiery arrows aimed at you by Satan.
Armor.
I'll give it to you. It's shield, but that's a translation thing. Whose example does Paul say Christians should follow in chapter 5 of Ephesians?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like low-hanging
Is that
fruit.
Trick question.
Okay, wait, Celine. So you are at 3 points right now. So you're in the lead.
I'm shocked.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What does Paul say may, quote, abound more and more in knowledge and in all the judgment? What? So so Paul says this will abound more and more in knowledge and in all judgment. And this being some sort of like virtue that I'll give you the hint.
Faith?
Good guess.
This will abound
Yeah,
more
this
and
will
more?
abound more in knowledge and in judgment. I really want someone to get it because it's so easy.
Strength.
No?
Love.
Yes.
I was gonna guess
Love. According to the Gospel of Matthew, where does Jesus' first public sermon take place? His first public sermon.
In the town square of Nazareth.
This is also seen in the Bible, like the sermon on the
Hill.
mount.
Mount.
Sermon on the Mount. Good. All right, Andrew, that's your first point.
Thank you.
You're definitely going to hell, bro.
I mean, that was.
Oh, how does Judas signal Jesus' identity to the Roman officials when he betrays him?
He's like this.
He was just pointing at him. Side eye.
Touches his ear?
No.
With a coin purse.
No. Oh, you guys should know this. Come on. He kisses him. He gave him a kiss.
Oh my God. Yeah.
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 Kiss of death.
When Christians observe Palm Sunday, what biblical narrative are they celebrating? Or what event in the Bible are they celebrating?
When they're
On
celebrating.
Palm Sunday, what are we celebrating?
Jesus' resurrection.
Good guess, but no.
Jesus dying.
You guys are kind of around there. It's
Really?
his entry into Jerusalem before his death.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very specific.
Yeah, that's pretty specific. Which gospel is most concerned with the mystery and identity of the person of Jesus? So the entire book that he wrote, this entire gospel is about who Jesus was.
Matthew?
No.
This is the name of the book.
Yeah, it's the name of the guy. Also the name of the book.
Mark.
It's named after him. There's only a few more. Yes, Jay.
John.
Yes, John.
Oh, Jay.
Okay, next question. Who baptizes Jesus?
Nope. I don't know.
Who baptizes Jesus?
John.
John, yes.
John the Baptist.
All right.
Oh, John the Baptist.
Chris has 4 points. Okay, he is in the lead. Celine and Jay are tied for second with 3 points,
Wait,
and
how many more
Andrew's in last
questions are
place.
there?
We still have 3 more.
Oh shit.
Ready?
Catch up.
Who takes Jesus' body off the cross?
Oh my.
His mother Mary.
No.
Magdalene.
No. Guys, Joseph of Arimathea.
What in the world? I've never even heard of that guy.
Who was the first apostle to deny Jesus? Yes, Jay.
Peter.
Peter, that's correct.
We
a repeat,
did
right?
that.
I know.
Yeah.
Which apostle was a doubter among the apostles?
Oh my God. The doubter.
The doubter among the apostles.
Isn't it him? Peter?
No.
Paul?
No.
Two more guesses, I guess.
Jonah? No.
Man, you guys, come on. Thomas, Doubting Thomas.
I don't know. Oh,
Who wrote the Acts of the Apostles? That's a good question. Come on, someone's got to get this.
Paul.
No,
John.
it's Luke. You guys, I guess, you know what? What we're learning here is we're out of
We're all
questions.
going to hell.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We all lose.
But who got the most points?
Jay and Chris are the closest to heaven, followed by Celine,
Damn.
and then Andrew. All right. Wow. We've been recording for an hour. Damn. Okay. Let's just close this one out, guys. That was a fun conversation.
That
Thanks
was.
for
I'm
bringing this
into
dish
it.
to the table this week. This was a fun one. Yeah. If you guys like this content, please subscribe and
Like
comment.
and subscribe.
And follow us on Instagram at _thesideDish.
Oh, Chris.
Why? Chris just literally scoffed at us. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this
Thanks,
episode.
everyone.
And we'll catch you
God is
guys
good.
in the next
Yeah,
one.
God is good. God is great. Bye.